Hi, everyone. This is Pastor Andy. I'm very excited to read another story to you today. It's about how we can see God. And it's a very special story that teaches us that we don't see God with our eyes, but we see God with our hearts and we see God in other people.
Maybe God is like that too. Written by Jennifer Grant. Illustrated by Benjamin Shipper. I live in the city, where the sidewalks and subway cars and buildings and buses are packed with people, but I've never seen God before. Grandma, does God live in the city? I ask one morning at breakfast. Yes, God is here, she says. You just need to know where to look. Wherever you see love, joy, and peace, God is there, she says, stirring her tea. Wherever there's patience, kindness, and goodness, God is there too. When you see faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, that's God's Spirit at work. On the way to school, I'm on the lookout. I see a bus full of tourists and count 10 bright yellow taxis. I spy a man sweeping a stoop, and Graham and I laugh when we see a tiny dog wearing a fluffy purple sweater. At school, Grandma hands me my lunch. She hugs me close before she says goodbye. That's what love looks like to me. Maybe God is like that too. On the swings, I pump so hard. I see over the wall into the alley. My friends shout higher, higher, as my feet fly way up into the sky. That's what joy looks like to me. Maybe God is like that too. Outside, car horns blast and sirens scream, but my classroom is quiet and calm. That's what peace looks like to me. Maybe God is like that too. I try to tie my shoes, but the laces tangle around my fingers. My teacher sits down beside me and shows me how to tie them. That's what patience looks like to me. Maybe God is like that too. On the way home, I see a doorman wearing a red cape and a hat with a shiny brim. He's holding the door for a man using a wheelchair. The man moves very, very slowly, and the doorman chats with him and smiles. That's what kindness looks like to me. Maybe God is like that too. While I'm setting the table for dinner, there's a knock at the door. It's our neighbor from downstairs bringing us a loaf of bread. It's golden brown and warm and wrapped in a thin white towel. That's what goodness looks like to me. Maybe God is like that too. After dinner, I work on my homework while Grandma stands at the kitchen sink washing dishes and humming to herself, just like she does every single night. That's what faithfulness looks like to me. Maybe God is like that too. At bedtime, Grandma sits at the edge of my bed, singing me a lullaby and stroking my head. She tucks my blankets up close around me. That's what gentleness looks like to me. Maybe God is like that too. I lie in bed watching the curtains flutter. I want to talk about that dog we saw today and how high I can swing, but Grandma says that once I'm tucked in, I have to stay in bed until morning. I close my eyes and try to fall asleep. That's what self-control looks like to me. Maybe God is like that too. I saw God over and over again today, whenever I saw love, joy, and peace, and wherever there was patience, kindness, and goodness. When I saw faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, I saw God's Spirit at work. I don't see God the way I see my friends, or the streetlights, or the river, but I see signs of God's Spirit all around me, right here in the city. I know what God is like. Maybe I can be like that too. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Galatians 5:22 and 23.
Thank you so much for letting me read this story to you today. I hope you remember that God is always with you, that God always loves you, that even though you cannot see God always with your eyes, you can always see him with your heart, and you can always see him in other people. And you can share God's love too. You can share God with other people by being nice to people, by helping people, and just by caring about people, because that's what God is. God is love. He loves you, he loves me, and he loves everybody in the whole world. I hope you'll join me again for story time. Parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to it if you're watching it on YouTube, and share it with anyone you think might find it meaningful. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you all soon.